Either you're a leader or you are a manager. A leader is one who casts vision. It's not looking about the short term. The manager only sets goals. And I want to ask the question, if you're actually a business leader or you are a manager. And the question is, why is this discussion important? Why do I need to be a leader in my business? And the simple answer is that a business cannot outperform the quality of the driver of the business. In other words, a business cannot be better than the level and the value of the personality that is the leader of that business. So, having established that, we need now to talk about why you should be a leader or what distinguishes you from a manager. So, is either you're a leader or you are a manager. And as I progress in this discussion, you will be able to identify if actually you're a leader or you are a manager. So, for all intent and purpose, a leader is one who casts vision. It's not looking about the short term. The manager only sets goals, but the leader casts vision. And of course, you will know from the word vision that is not short term. So, another thing is that the manager thinks short term, but the leader thinks long term. So, if you're that person all along before now, you usually think short term about your business, about your operations, you're more of a manager. But if you're usually thinking of the long term, you're thinking about long term in effects, long term in decisioning, you are more of a leader. And of course, the place of transitioning is very, very available. You can transition from being a manager to actually being a leader. So, have you been casting visions or you've been setting goals? You need to come to that. Or realization and understanding. And again, a leader is unique while the manager copies. The manager is that person who says, this is how it's been done, this is how I met it, and that's how I'm going to continue it. A manager is that one who has 5 and is keeping it 5. He's not totally interested in making it 6, but the leader wants to see how 5 will not only remain 5, but it will become 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the leader is always proactive, is thinking of days and events ahead, while the manager only wants to sustain the status quo. Are you a leader or you are a manager? So the leaders are usually in it for the long haul, while the managers are thinking short term. They're thinking about what to do now. They're not thinking about the effects of the things they are doing now in the next few years or in the next couple of years, while the leader is futuristic. The manager is about now and here. And when I say the manager is about now and here, it doesn't mean he's thinking about today alone. He could even think as far as a year or a few months, but the leader thinks farther than that. The leader engages in thoughts that transcends his occupation of that position. Okay, he thinks thoughts that transcends his operation in the immediate, and that's what makes him a leader. So ask yourself that question again. Are you actually a leader or you are a manager? The leader is given to personal growth. The leader is always in the place of growth because he believes that he needs to know at least a little more than those is leading, while the manager is always relying on existing and proven processes and procedures over time. Someone has done it and it worked, that's okay, we can stay with that. But a leader in a way could be disruptive, is thinking about how better to do it, how else to do it, is questioning the status quo, is questioning why we do it this way, is questioning why our production is at this level, is questioning why we employ and engage this kind of marketing technique as opposed to XYZ, is questioning our operations, is questioning modalities for doing things, because his mind is that of a leader. And I ask again, are you a leader or you are a manager? You want to transition from being a manager to being a leader, then you need to change your mindset and the way you operate in the business environment, and you must be committed to growth as a leader. I am of the opinion that as a leader, you should know at least a little more than those you claim to be leading, because if you don't know a little more than they know, then there will be friction. That is when you will see subordinates or followers who are vehemently questioning your authority. And I'm very, very conscious of the use of word vehemently, because there is a place of questioning your decisions, okay? But when they are vehemently questioned, when subordinates or followers are thinking they know as much or they know much more than you do, then your place will be threatened. And that is why it is important as a leader that you know a little more than what your subordinates or people you claim to be leading know about the operations of the business or about how we go ahead. And that can only happen in the place of constant and persistent growth. You need to grow yourself and groom yourself. You can't rely on the knowledge of yesterday to project your business to a destination tomorrow, because the knowledge you had yesterday might be insufficient for today to push you into tomorrow. And that's why it is quite important that you're giving to constant renewal of your knowledge bank. You need to constantly grow in what you do and what you know. All right, so the leader is also I'll mention this, the leader is also a coach. Okay, the leader creates leaders. The leader is comfortable having others know what they know, while the manager in most instances may not want people to know what they know, because it's in that limited volume of knowledge that they pride themselves as the manager. But for the leader who knows that what I tell you, if I tell you what I know, if I show you what I know, by tomorrow I'm even knowing more. So if I'm on a scale of 7 today and I expose 7 to you, by the time you're coming to me tomorrow and you think you're going to meet me at 7, I've gone to 8. Okay, and that's what make them coaches. Leaders are coaches. Okay, they make other leaders. All right, while managers are just direct. They just meet you the way you are and extract commitments for the job with what you have, with at the level you are. They are not too interested in your level of improvement or enhancement, but the coach wants you to be better, because he's also looking at succession, he's also looking at replicating himself, he's looking at his executive time, because he knows that if he could replicate himself in others, then he will have more executive time to himself, and that's what makes him a leader. So the question I ask again, are you a leader? And lastly, the leader makes fans out of his employees, while the manager makes employees out of his followers, rather. So the leader makes fans out of his followers, but the manager makes employees out of his followers. The difference is in their level of empathy.